Taiwan's May leaderboard was not normal. The number one stock jumped about 133%, 6 of the top 10 gained over 60%, and the whole story was AI hardware meeting memory demand, foundry momentum, and server supply chains. That kind of leaderboard usually means investors were not buying one company, they were buying an entire technology cycle. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing our global market series with the Taiwan 50. At number 10, Hon Hai Precision, better known globally as Foxconn, rose about 32%. The key story was AI server demand. Foxconn reported record first quarter revenue of NT $212 trillion. Said profit rose 19% from last year, and said cloud and networking now makes up nearly 50% of revenue. For a company many viewers still associate with phones, that mix shift matters. At number 9, Advantech climbed about 38%. This was the industrial side of the Taiwan tech rally. Advantech reported first quarter revenue of NT $20.385 billion, up 17% from last year, with operating profit up 28%, so investors had a clean earnings reason to reprice the stock. At number 8, Yageo Precision gained about 40%. The camera lens specialist was not just a phone component story this month. Reports pointed to April revenue of about NT $5.4 billion, up 24% from last year, while industry coverage also highlighted Yageo's push toward optical components for AI infrastructure. At number 7, Lite-On Technology rose about 41%. Its April sales were NT $16.7 billion, up 25% from last year, and management tied the growth to AI and cloud computing server power supplies, backup battery systems, and optoelectronic semiconductors. That is a very direct AI infrastructure angle, and it helps explain why a power supply name was suddenly in the spotlight. At number 6, Nanya Technology surged about 61%. This was the memory rebound showing up in the numbers. Nanya reported April revenue of NT $25.491 billion, up about 40% from March and more than 8 times last year, while broader memory pricing reports pointed to a much tighter market. When memory pricing turns, earnings expectations can reset quickly. At number 5, MediaTek jumped about 65%. Its own first quarter release showed mobile weakness, but also said smart edge platforms grew enough to offset part of that pressure. The market also latched onto AI custom chip excitement, with supply chain coverage linking MediaTek to TPU-related demand. So the move was not just about smartphones, it was about whether MediaTek can matter in the next AI silicon wave. At number 4, Hon Precision gained about 67%. This is a specialized AI hardware supplier story. Investor material pointed to Q1 revenue of NT $10.7225 billion, resilient margins, and demand growth expected in ASIC switch testing, engineering data qualification, AI chip ramp-ups, and cold plate products later in 2026. The stock looks like a pure play on the hidden testing and cooling bottlenecks behind AI hardware. At number 3, Winbond Electronics surged about 76%. The simple version is memory prices came back hard. Winbond reported April revenue of NT $19.245 billion, up about 33% from March and 182% from last year. And sector coverage said DRAM and NAND contract prices were set for a major Q2 jump. At number 2, United Microelectronics gained about 87%. UMC's first quarter report gave investors both current numbers and forward momentum. Revenue was about N61 billion. 22nm revenue hit another record, utilization reached 79%, and management expected second quarter wafer shipments to grow by high single digits. That is exactly the kind of guidance that makes investors look past a single quarter. And at number 1, Yageo was the monster move, up about 133% in May. The passive components maker became a pure AI infrastructure story. Yageo's chair said the company expected strong order volume in the second half, driven by AI demand from cloud firms using GPU and AI chip servers. Even tiny components can become strategically important when every AI server needs thousands of reliable parts. And on the other side of the leaderboard, Gentech Precision was down about 34%. So treat this as a reminder that even AI hardware winners can reverse sharply when expectations run hot. So the Taiwan story this month was not one isolated winner. It was a chain reaction across passive components, foundries, memory, optics, power systems, industrial computing, and AI server assembly. If you found this useful, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and comment with your pick. Which Taiwan tech stock looks strongest for the next month? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.